Have you ever wondered what life was like as somebody who fought in the First World War? If you want to know, this is the right story for you, as I'm going to tell you the story of a Canadian soldier. My great-grandfather, Charles Brudenal Johnston, starting from the very beginning. Charles Brudenal Johnston was born on August 21st, 1893 in Auckland, New Zealand. His parents were from England, so he ended up living in New Zealand for only 10 years of his life as he and his family moved back to southern England. He went to a boarding school in the south of England that most people called the Blue Coat School because that's what the uniforms were. When he was old enough to, he moved to Boissevain, Manitoba to become more independent. The main reason he chose Boissevain was because he had an uncle that lived there. He worked at the bank in Boissevain to bring in money. While he was there, he met Margaret Eleanor Thompson, who ended up becoming my great-grandmother later on in life. He joined the army in Manitoba. He signed up at the very beginning of the war because it was the right thing to do. He started as a private in the 27th Battalion, 6th Infantry Brigade, 2nd Canadian Division. As he was a foot soldier, he fought. The only battle that we are sure of that he fought in was Vimy Ridge. Vimy Ridge was what mainly gave Canadians their reputation in battle. The battle started in April 1917. It was a battle full of bloodshed. At the beginning, at 5:30 in the morning, they shot their guns at key spots that they had planned out what they're going to do before with planes scouting overhead. All of the guns hit their mark, which put the Germans into a panic for help, as if they were stranded on an island. No help was found for the Germans. It was the first battle that all 4 Canadian divisions fought together. The Canadians were the last to attack, as all others that had attacked had failed. In the battle, many Canadians lost their lives. As the 4th Division attacked the most protected part of the ridge, Pimple, they were wiped out. Even through all of the bloodshed and many soldiers were killed on both sides, the Canadians were able to pull through and successfully take the ridge. I am proud to know that my great-grandfather fought in that battle, as it is a large part of Canada's identity. While he was overseas in Europe, he went and toured around places like France with his free time, as that was one of the ways soldiers could take their mind off the war. While he was in England, he met old relatives, as that is where his background comes from. When he left the war, he moved up enough ranks to become a major. He even got medals, as he wore them when he went to a parade every year in May. When he got back from the war, he basically had to restart his life. He had a number of jobs before he found the right one for him. His family did not have extra money for a while, as he had restarted. Sadly, like most soldiers, he struggled with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and the way he dealt with it was by binge drinking. That affected his family quite a bit, but his wife was the one who could understand it the most out of anyone, and was able to deal with it herself. He also did not talk much about the war for that reason, as it most likely brought back awful memories from the war, like most soldiers. He lived with his wife for many years until she passed away when he was 79. He then passed away a year later in 1973. In this story, Charles Brudenal Johnston moved from Auckland, New Zealand to southern England, then to Manitoba in Canada, where he joined the army. He fought in World War I in Vimy Ridge in the 2nd Division. He became a part of a major event in Canada's history, which helped define what Canada is today. I am proud to know that my great-grandfather did what he did for his nation, and I wish I could have met him as he passed away at the age of 80 before I was born.